A počkaj, ešte som sa videl to oné, či tú Teslu, je niekde tá oné, ako predstavovali, či nie? Všechno to letí jak kokot. Ten nový Roadster, čo má prísť 2020 či 2022, ty kokot, tak to bude strašná paleta. Tam je ten vylepšený motor, bude mať, neviem, či 1,6 sekundy na 100 km za hodinu. To je, vieš čo, ty kokot, to ťa normálne rozjebe. A, je tu.
Hey. Great outfit. Hey.
Jak šéf tam došiel.
Yes. Yeah. Well, everyone, welcome to the Tesla Design Studio, where we've held many product unveilings before. Hope you guys all have a really great time tonight. I think I've never seen so many cameras in my entire life. This is cameras everywhere. So we're going to start off by just talking a bit about how did we get here. You know, what are the things that have led to this day? What are the cars, like, how did Tesla start out? How did we, you know, where were we 10, 11 years ago? What has happened over that intervening time? You know, because it occurred to me that a lot of people, they only heard about Tesla maybe a year or two ago, and you know, electric cars are kind of like taken for granted, but there was a time when electric cars seemed very stupid. And it wasn't that long ago. And the idea of creating a car company was stupid, of course, and then making an electric car company was like stupidity squared. And so let's take a look at the first car we ever made, the Tesla Roadster. Yeah.
Good.
All right. It's a bit small. It's great. It's great. So the crazy thing is, if you go back 11 years today, Tesla had made one car. That car. That's serial number 1 of Tesla. So that's my car, actually. So on February 2008, we'd literally only made one car, that car. And it didn't really work very well, I have to say. It broke down a lot. And it took us another 3 months just to make the second car. And now we've made about 550,000 cars. Yeah. So. And after the Roadster, essentially what happened to the Roadster is we said, okay, we want to make a car, we want to really break the mold about how do people think about electric cars. They think about electric cars being slow and ugly and poor performance. So we want to have a sports car, you know, a car that is fast, looks good, sexy. That's right. Ha ha! You took the words out of my mouth. So exactly. Sexier. That's right. So the Roadster, the reason we did sports cars, we wanted to create a car that would break the mold for electric vehicles, and that would be sexy and fast and long range, and that's why we did the Roadster. You know, people say that, well, you won't be able to make a car with those specifications, and if you do, nobody will buy it. So we had to prove those two things wrong. And then after we made the Roadster, they said, okay, sure, you can make some toy sports car, but you can't make a sedan. You can't. There's no way you could compete with the luxury sedans that are gasoline, because they're the best. And there's no way you could make an electric car that's like that. So we did. Model S.
Najväčší problém Tesly je životnosť zlacená baterika. No, ale životnosť, kokot, píčovina. Ukáž?
Exactly. So noisy. Where are all the fumes? Where's the exhaust pipe?
Ty
Where do you put
kokot,
the
chcem,
gasoline?
kurva. Toto S-ko je iná jeba.
Yeah. So we actually started designing that car in the rocket factory. So we didn't have a design studio. We took a little corner of the rocket factory, and Franz joined, and we just, with a tiny crew in a corner of the rocket factory, we designed that car. I think that car was really important because it was competing against the best of the gasoline cars. So if you can make an electric car that can beat the best of the gasoline cars, it's a very powerful statement to prove that you can go electric. So then, working on from the Model S, which by the way, in terms of where the name comes from, I like calling things what they are. So Roadster is called Roadster because it's a roadster. There is no good word for sedan. So we couldn't call it the sedan. It wouldn't work. Or saloon. There's just like literally no word. So the Model S stands for sedan. And this is how out of touch I was. I actually didn't realize at the time that Model S also means models. and then I had like at one point a license plate that said Model S2 because it was like the second version Model S. And it was like, and as I was walking away from my car, I said, "Wow, what a jerk! His license plate says Models 2." Yeah, like okay, better not have that license plate. So, but then going from the Model S, we said, okay, we want to make the best SUV in the world. We want to do something. We kind of got carried away actually with the Model X. We was like, let's have practically every technology and whiz-bang thing we could possibly think of. The Model X is like, as a car, it's like a Fabergé egg meets a spaceship. It's like, it was insanely difficult. But it is an amazing vehicle. Let's bring it out. Cool. Yeah. You can see a certain position forming, maybe.
Toto bolo v Paríži takýchto aut, ty
the Model X, like I said, it really feels like
najviac asi týchto bolo v
spaceship.
Paríži.
It's X for crossover SUV. But then after we had the Model S and Model X, I thought it'd be pretty funny if we had the Model E.
Paríž nie je Slovensko, ty koko, díky za informáciu. Som asi chýbal na fyzike zrovna, teda na čo, do piči, na zemepise. Aj na fyzike, ale.
Ford killed sex. But I said, what if we call it the Model 3? Because that's completely different from me. They said, that's fine. So with the Model 3, let's bring out Model 3.
Hlasnejšie, dávam to. Teraz.
That's right, exactly. Exactly, smart summon with a person. So we made the original Roadster, the Model S, the Model X, the Model 3, and then we also then made the new generation Roadster, which we'll bring in, or maybe it's over there. Oh, it's coming in. New Roadster. Exactly. Maybe it's there. there we go. Sweet.
Čo si vyzerá krásne, ty kokot.
Hey, sure.
To vypadá
So,
po piči.
yeah, here we have the original Roadster. Hey, how's it going? And then the semi. Actually, the Tesla Semi drove here nonstop all the way from the Bay Area.
Či toto by malo mať dojazd?
So that Tesla Semi,
800 či koľko mil?
electric Semi. I
Alebo
learned to actually
1000 mil? To má mať
only
dojazd
after
táto
naming the
sračka?
thing that Semi has two meanings. So semi-sexy.
A čau píše 1500 dokonca. To je akože pre kamionistov a pre takýchto bláznov úplne, že neskutočná vec, ty kokot si predstav. To je iná jebička.
Yeah, so we're really excited about bringing those products to market. So that's sort of talking about our products. But then the factories are as much the product, if not more, than the vehicles themselves. In fact, I really think like the difficulty and value of manufacturing is underappreciated. It's insanely difficult. It's like relatively easy to make a prototype and extremely difficult to mass manufacture that prototype or to mass manufacture a vehicle reliably and at scale. I mean, even for rockets, I'd say it's probably a factor of 10 harder to design the manufacturing system for a rocket than to design the rocket. And for cars, I'd say it's maybe 100 times harder to design the manufacturing system than to design the vehicle itself. That's what the Fremont. I don't mean to have it in black and white. It's like it's not so long ago. They didn't even have color cameras back then.
It's 2010. Vieš, ak sa... Ty si kokot, chlapci. To proste, to je jedno tak proste. Chcem vidieť problém, vidíš problém, tebe jebe na hlavu.
When we acquired the Fremont Factory, which used to be called NUMI, people sort of thought, oh, you've got a car factory. Now, if you have they sort of think if you have a car factory, you can just make any car. It's like, no, that's like saying you've got a box. And that box can have anything you want in it. No, only if you make the thing in the box. Although we did get we had get a very good deal on the NUMI factory, Toyota and General Motors actually took all of the good equipment out, and anything that was like so useless it wasn't even worth the scrap was left. So it literally looked like that, but in color. And it took an enormous amount of effort by a very talented team to actually turn essentially what looked like a derelict warehouse into a working car factory. Yeah. So, and in fact, like today, the Fremont Factory, which is an enormous building, I think it's like the second or third biggest building in the world by footprint, is so dense, so densely packed with people and robots. But this picture has like robots, but there's 20,000 people that work at the Fremont Factory across 4 or 5 shifts. So it's really a massive amount of people and robots. So it's like this giant cybernetic collective. So that was way harder than making the car, by far. It's worth noting, like, the last time, at least in the US, the last time any car company achieved mass manufacturing was about 100 years ago. That is the last time, and then Tesla. It's literally that crazy. So, the issue is definitely not coming up with a car design. It is absolutely all about building the production system. You want to have a good product to build, but that's basically the easy part. Then the factory is the hard part. Then the challenge is like, okay, if we create a car factory, where the heck are the batteries and electric motors and power electronics going to come from? And that's where we need to say, okay, we better build something that's capable of 50 gigawatt hours at least of cell output, which at the time when we proposed the Gigafactory, I believe like total global output of lithium-ion batteries for all purposes, phones, laptops, certainly cars, anything, was about 30 gigawatt hours. So we're like, okay, well, just do the basic math. We need 50 gigawatt hours. So we better have a real big factory, or there's no way. So, we were going to build it in California, but like it would have taken 2 years just to get the permits. So we built the Gigafactory in the amount of time it would have taken to get the permits in California. That's what the Gigafactory looked like in 2010. It was basically rocks and bushes, okay? And now this is what it looks like now.
A tam nejde o to, že by bol nervózny, to on má v píči. Tam ide o to, že on to vysvetľoval, že mu normálne tak funguje hlava, to že normálne stála explózia, že furt má nejaké nápady a píčoviny. A že keď robí on rozhovor alebo niečo, tak on by vedel rozprávať normálne a plynulo a on si proste musí dávať pozor, jak to vysvetlí ľuďom, aby to pochopili, chápeš? A to je týko, na čomu záleží. To sú jeho veci do píče, ktoré mu skoro skrachovali, jebeti. Takže keby tam pošle niekoho iného, to by jak vypadalo ako kotko, vieš? On tam proste príde sám, lebo má k tomu vzťah, vy idioti.
So it's kind of difficult to appreciate scale, but it's really quite tall. It's like 70 feet tall.
Ty rozmýšľaš proste kokot sprche očom do piče.
The volume of it is just
jak sa šamponuješ, si predstav, a on ty kokot musí mať v hlave?
So
1000 vecí naraz, ty kokot.
Again, it's work of a tremendously talented team working like crazy, like tens of thousands of people to produce this factory. And today it produces more lithium-ion than the rest of the world combined. So, now we're also building a factory in China, which I'm really excited about. As you can see, it's very impressive. Very impressive. A large puddle. So when I was there in January, that's what it looked like when we did the groundbreaking ceremony. And this is what it looks like now, 3 months later. But this is what it will look like at the end of the year. So things are moving fast. And this will actually be, once it's complete, the equivalent of our Fremont car factory plus our Nevada battery Gigafactory combined. Yeah, so it's integrating the two, which kind of makes sense. So yeah, so really excited about.
Skipneme to, kde odhalujú to nové, a keď tak si večer toto pozrieme. Jak sa vidie to nové?
We got obviously. Okay. Extended history lesson.
Toto je ináč také, ty kokos, že fakt, že neviem, či v plnke to nebude stať okolo $60,000, čo není také, akože, taká riadne zlá cena, ty kokos. Tiež to má dojazd, dajme tomu 600 km. A z 0 na 100 to má 3 sekundy, na to, že to je také menšie SUVčko, to ako toto vypadá fakt ako riadne, čo sa týka kúpy. Takže ja keby niečo beriem, tak asi S-ko alebo toto, tento Y. Čo to je pre Slováka 60 za auto, tak vieš, na firmu si to ľudia zoberú, vieš, kúpujú o mnoho drahšie auta do piče, nové M4, trojky, ty kokot. Nové Mercedes, Jaguare, vieš, ak ľudia si kupujú aj drahšie auta na leasing, vieš, zaplatíš 10-15 tisíc do piče a vysplatkuješ si to behom nejakých, 4-5 rokov, vieš.
The Model Y.
To sa dá.
Yeah. So, like the 3, it will be extremely safe. So that you may know the Model 3 has the lowest probability of injury of any car ever tested by the U.S. government. The Model Y, we expect, will have a similar result. 5 stars in every category. With the battery pack low in the floor, it's going to have a very low center of gravity. So this will, it has the functionality of an SUV, but it will ride like a sports car. So this thing will be really tight in corners. And we expect it will be the safest mid-size SUV in the world by far. And at Tesla, we actually always design with safety as the #1 goal. It's like people think, okay, performance, sure, but safety first. This is actually by far the most important thing. But it's also going to have incredible performance. So we expect to have a 3.5 seconds 0 to 60. Yeah, it's good. And very low center of gravity, so great handling. It's testing out at a 0.23 drag coefficient, which is extremely good for an SUV. And in terms of range, 300 miles. Yeah. So we expect to have an EPA range of, an actual true usable range of 300 miles. So, yeah.
To jeba, chlapci. Toto je fakt popičiak, upravde.
From an interior standpoint, it has a panoramic glass roof. And by the way, after I'm done here, you guys will be able to come up and check out the car. So it's so it's going to have a panoramic glass roof. It really feels like, just like the Model 3, if you're in the car, it just feels like you can see the sky. Seat 7, 66 cubic feet. Obviously autopilot and all that. As I've said publicly, we expect to be feature complete with self-driving sometime later this year. And then as we prove out the safety with billions of miles and kilometers, we will, from our standpoint, feel it's safe to not pay attention and then get the regulatory approval sometime thereafter. But the cool thing is feature complete. It'll be able to do basically anything by the end of this year, just with software upgrades, which is pretty cool. So.
To je iba ináč, ak to spravili napríklad aj tie 2010 alebo kedy 2008, 10, 12 prvé. Že kto ich vtedy kúpil, tak či tak, sú hardwareovo proste zdatné týchto nových.
The long range one we expect to be about $47,000,
a funguje
and then sometime in 2021 we'll have the sort of standard version, which will have a $39,000 price point. So yeah. No, the 7 seats are optional.
A to ten performance najsilnejší.
Do you mean the liftgate? Yes. Okay. I mean, you never know. We might do better than this, but so it should be at least this good.
Ja musím povedať, že mám rád multifunkčný volant.
So I think it's going to be really compelling. I'm confident that it'll be of any mid-size SUV, it'll be the one you want. Yeah, I think it'll probably sell. I think we'll probably do more Model Ys than S, X, and 3 combined, most likely. Yeah. So there you have the sexy presentation. So, all right. Thank you all for coming. Those of you who are here and those who are watching, thank you very much for your support over the years. It's been, a hell of a ride. And I love you too. I love you too. We are bringing sexy back quite literally. All right, thank you.
To je jeba. Do píče, to je jeba. To ceny bez dane, vieš čo? Nie je tak nie je, že bez dane. Chod normálne na stránku Tesla a tam ako tie ceny sa nelíšia popravde u nás.
What a mess.
Jakže sa nelíšia, tak si pozri Model 3 základnú verziu, koľko normálne stojí v Nemecku a pozri na koľko by stala na Slovensku. Hlavne, kto by si to kurva objednal na Slovensku, keď môžeme ísť do Rakúska, do Tesly, do predajne. A hlavne ti príde tamto auto a tá cena sa tam nelíši. Neviem, jak ty to študuješ, ja viac trošku, lebo už som mal 1000-krát v košíku a že si ju kúpim. Takže kokot, asi sa nebudeme o tom baviť do piče. Šiel by si do tých solárnych strešných tašek od Tesly? Počúvaj, ako oni treba počkať vždy na nejakú zľavu alebo na niečo, čo Elon Musk dá, lebo nedávno, týko pred Vianocami nejakú dával napríklad vec, že keď si kúpil auto, tak si dostal aj nabíjačku domov a aj solárny panel jeden, aby si mohol ísť, ja neviem, či barák na, ja neviem, 24 hodín, dajme tomu, keby vypadne elektrika alebo niečo. Takže oni robia vždy takéto nejaké akcie, vieš. Takže isto keby niečo také beriem, tak určite a počkal by som na nejakú akciu. Jak dáme top speed, vieš čo, podľa toho vektornom aute, na tom Y, na tom najsilnejšom, tie performance mody, tie idú pri S-ku a pri Model 3, ja neviem, ty kokot. Koľko tam je? 280? Či koľko? A tento Y tam bolo koľko? 150... Koľko to môže? 250? 270 maximálka? 290 možno? Uvidíme, či dokážem nejakú spoluprácu, keby získam nejakú spoluprácu, dáme tomu na rok, alebo na 2, fakt, že nejakú dlhodobú, nejakú, čo sa oplatí, tak by som to asi dobral, ty kokos, popravde. Uvidím.